So this is such a good opportunity to look at how to use Desmos, also how to use your graphing calculator just so you're familiar, and then also how to just understand the way to do this just by eyeing it. So let's start with Desmos, because I know you guys are a fan of it, and I think it's really great to have that resource. So we'll click on it in the upper right corner. We'll clear anything that we previously had by clicking the gear icon and delete all. And then when we're typing it in, we're just going to type it in the way we see it, Y. And then for greater than or equal to, I'm definitely going to need my Desmos keyboard. So I'm going to zoom out a bit, go here, and then we'll choose greater than or equal to. And we have 1/5, which I'm just going to do 1, and then my forward slash, and then 5x plus 1. So when we look at it, if we zoom out a bit, we could figure out, okay, which one looks like that. Definitely A does not. So we'll start doing some process of elimination here. Option B does not because the shading's in the wrong direction. Option C does have the shading in the right direction, but you can see that the lines are going in different directions as far as the slope is concerned. And then finally D looks just like what we have here. So we know the correct answer is D and we could move on. If you're curious whether your graphing calculator is capable of doing this, it actually is. You go to Y equals, we'll clear this, and to do greater than or equal to, it's not as easy as Desmos, but I just want you to be comfortable with your calculator. So we'll scroll over to there. You press enter, and then you're able to scroll through different features. So let's go down to this option here. We don't want to change the color necessarily. We just want to change how the line looks. So notice when we go to different options, that is considered greater than or equal to, which is actually what we want. But just to show you other things, that's less than or equal to. This just traces the graph, which I'm not really sure why we would need to just trace it. And then these ones don't really apply here. You can see this one's just a dotted line instead of a solid line. So different ways to show it. But the main ones were the fact that you can make the line thicker, which is neat, but greater than or equal to versus less than or equal to. So let's go back to greater than or equal to, and we'll just go to OK by pressing down and enter, and then we'll type this in. So I'm going to do my horizontal fraction bar, 1/5 x using the variable key plus 1. And I like being able to go to the window and making it look just like what we have here. It looks like it's going from -4 to 4 on both the x and y axis. So I'll tweak this to -4 to 4, counting by ones on the x, and then -4 to 4, counting by ones on the y. We graph it, and it's pretty neat. You can see that that matches perfectly with D. And then I'm going to go back here just to make sure that I don't have this messing up future graphs. We'll go down here and get it back. Maybe I'll go to the left is faster. Get it back to that normal line, and then we'll go to OK. And then finally, the third approach, it's just good to know how to do this by looking at it. So notice with this equation, we have a positive slope and a y-intercept of 1. Let's start there. We'll remove these so that we can start from scratch. So they all actually do have a y-intercept of 1, so that's not going to help us. The next thing would be the slope. Notice you have a positive slope. This one is definitely falling from left to right, so it's a negative slope. B is a positive slope, so we'll keep it in the running. C is definitely a negative slope, so we'll eliminate it. And then really we're down to B and D. So what's the only difference? Well, it's the direction of the shading. Now, when you see greater than or equal to, or just greater than for that matter, I want you to associate greater than with up and less than with down. And it seems pretty intuitive, right? So then we can see that the one that is shading up is option D.